gosh, this is official. It's our final podcast. Our very, very final podcast.
We are running so late today.
Dave's,
I'm in the doghouse.
Yeah.
My apologies, everybody, as we're getting ready over here for the Intro to Crypto podcast. I am in the doghouse today.
See, Dave, I wanted you to go over there and just use the white background, and you and I could just like look at each other and just have a conversation.
It might not be a bad idea.
We could talk all about all the crypto issues going on in the world.
The imaginary guys over here.
Stock market issues going on in the world.
All right, Mike. Ready to get into this thing?
Take a look. See the white?
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Intro to Crypto. It's Friday, and it's late. It's super late. My apologies first to my wife and family for being so late today. And thank you guys for being so understanding and being a part of our show every week. We look forward to speaking with you. We're going to go into something very important. We're going to kind of give it a brief. We got this massive piece of paper because it printed so large today. I have no idea why, but this is what it is. And today is Friday. And Fridays tend to be a little bit more wild and crazy. Michael Cristoforo, David Lamella here. It's the Intro to Crypto. We appreciate you guys being a part of our show every Friday. We love you guys and hope that you're learning and enjoying what we're covering.
Can we start off right with one thing? Today's the first.
It is the first.
The first. You know what that is?
What does that mean?
It's Ripple unlocking 1 billion XRP tokens.
Boom.
The first of every month, Ripple unlocks 1 billion of them.
Wow.
Takes what they need to run their business and then locks the rest back up in escrow again. So typically they use 300 million, they lock, because there's 100 billion they unlock. You know, the numbers are so big, it gets a little confusing. But yeah, no, it's they take 1 billion and then they take 300 million to use that to fund what they do. And then they lock the rest back up for another 5 years.
No kidding.
That's typically what happens.
First of August?
No, first of every month.
Oh, so every month.
So today's the first of the month. So this is a good time just to teach you a little bit that they are bringing more tokens onto the market every month to fund what they need to do to run their Ripple operations, and then they lock the rest back up for another 5 years.
Well, no, 30 days.
No, it's locked up for 5 more years.
But what about
but that's a new one. So the escrow, what they have in their treasury is getting lower and lower and lower.
Gotcha.
But it's still continuing it out there 5 more years, from where we are right now. But it's constant. That's just the way they designed it.
When it comes to the Intro to Crypto, we are learning together here with you, which makes it even more exciting. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Happy Friday. Hope you're having a great day and enjoying the weather. This episode is going to talk about some very important things to know about. How about that? The numbers that reframe reality. Today's crypto market is a 3 trillion, if you didn't know. Okay?
3 point what?
3 trillion.
3.0?
3.7 trillion.
Oh, 3.7. I didn't hear the 7.
3.7 trillion.
David had a lot to drink before this podcast. I did not hear that 7.
I should have had way more to drink. So we're at 3.7 trillion today. Estimated in the year of 2030, we'll be at 15 trillion. Stablecoins, in addition to stablecoins at 3 trillion. It's going to be great. It's going to be crazy. Between now and 2030, the market is going to change so much. Let's see. Don't compare today's 3.7 trillion to yesterday's crypto. Compare it to tomorrow's rails. The market we're front running is the infrastructure of money, securities, and value. A regional bank issues a tokenized T-bill fund to corporate clients for the same day treasury management instead of waiting T1 plus T2. You know what that means? T1 plus T2. What does that mean?
It's time. It's the amount of days. So a T1 means it's a 1 day. A T2 is a 2 day.
Gotcha.
That's for everything. That's for the stock market, like how long it takes for them to settle. It was T3 a year ago, I believe, and then they rolled it up and they brought it down to a T1.
That's pretty fast.
Which is pretty fast. They can do a T0, but they're sort of slow rolling it. They don't want it to roll it out too fast, but they have the capabilities with crypto to make it instantaneous.
Tokenization equals improving the old, enable the new. Okay. Securities, instant settlement of corporate bonds, fewer intermediaries, programmable coupon payments, real estate, fractionalized equity in buildings with no chain cap tables, and automated distributions. Does that sound familiar to you at all?
I'll be honest with you, be perfectly honest with you.
Do that for a curveball at you?
No. What it is you were reading.
Yes.
And because you weren't really communicating, I really it sort of went over my head, to be perfectly honest. Does that make some sense?
It makes complete sense.
I'm just
Absolutely.
telling you, you sort of lost me because
No.
it was just too much reading, not enough communication.
All right. So this one.
I feel like a teacher right now.
I
feel
love
like
it.
a teacher.
Real estate, fractionalized equity in a building with one chain cap tables and automated distributions. We're talking about trade finance, tokenized invoices that settle in minutes, not weeks, 24/7 markets with composable collateral, programmable money for escrow, royalties, and conditional payments, track to track. Tokenization isn't just putting it on the blockchain, it's turning passive assets into active programmable collateral.
I'm just enjoying this. I'm enjoying this. Let me just explain something. We're going to make a little entertainment here. I know this is a job for us.
This isn't a job. This is fun.
Well, it's supposed to be fun, but right now you're not finding it too much fun. I can tell. I can see the stress on your face right now.
I hate being late, and I hate to disappoint people.
I understand that, and but I can see that you're just reading through it like it's a textbook, and for the exam. And what's happening is in the process, it's going over everybody's head, and people are not paying attention.
Let's bring it down. Push that down.
I'd be happy to. But I
oh
love
my
that.
gosh! In the middle of the
this
business is
good.
going crazy.
We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight by the end of this.
Right,
by the end of this podcast.
Tell me about how to break it down. This situation here. How would you break it down? We just talked about.
Well, I think. Why don't you start from a little bit from the beginning, because you read a lot of formalities. Let's go through the bullet points.
Okay, instant settlement of corporate bonds, fewer intermediaries, programmable.
That's okay. Let's just talk about that for a second.
Yeah.
This is exactly what we've been talking about. Is that crypto is making everything far more efficient.
Yes.
In the bond world, in the stock world, and everything. So what's happening is we're going to be cutting out all those middlemen. They're not going to be there. And because of that, that's why you're seeing the tokenizations.
All right, which would lead to 24/7 markets with composable collateral,
which we talked about. The stock market is going 24 hours with crypto, without a doubt.
Programmable money to escrows, royalties, and conditional payments. Tokenization isn't just putting it on the blockchain; it's turning passive assets into active programmable collateral. So basically, what you're saying is it's going to just be happening much faster,
and it's more efficient. When we were talking, you just talked about programmable.
Yeah.
Like we talked about last week, programmable currency means everything's going to be automatic. When you bring that product into the port, it's going to be an automatic that will be a payment out for that.
I'm hoping everybody else who's watching is making sense to them, because this is part of the learning process.
100%.
All right. So stable coins and cash-like settlements, why they matter. Price stable on chain cash for settlement and liquidity. Direct impact. Corporate settled suppliers payments in a fiat-backed stablecoin in hours versus days. You like that?
Once again, it's all just showing the efficiency. It's going to go over a lot of people's heads on that, because that's pretty heavy.
Indirect impact to XRP. Stablecoin corridors still need bridges when moving across chains, banks, or regions, where a neutral bridge, being XRP, asset and fast finality can play a role. Right?
100%.
There's an example over here. I'm going to skip over. Okay. U.S. importer pays a LATAM supplier using a USD stablecoin. Local cash out or chain-to-chain movement may leverage XRP as a bridge to reduce slippage in time. So basically, information understands each other, happens, bang, bang.
Instantaneously.
Absolutely. Ripple's role, direct and indirect. Direct, bridge assets to cross-border settlements, especially where accounts aren't pre-funded. Liquidity on demand reduces nostro vostro, we talked about that. Speeds small and mid-sized corridors. Indirect. Token.
Let's talk about that real quick. For all the people that maybe didn't hear it before, let's just real quick. Nostro vostro, your money, our money. That's the Latin name for it. And that is the banks holding the money in US dollars and holding the money in Japanese yen. So in order to move the money from America to Japan, they need to have both currencies. So that's why you have to go to certain banks like a Chase or
Bank of America or
somebody big that has both. And those are the Nostro vostro accounts that are going to no longer be needed, which will save trillions and trillions of dollars for the banking system.
Let's see. Myth busting. Is XRP replacing the Fed or backing the dollar? Reality check. The Federal Reserve sets monetary policies and oversees USD payment systems. XRP doesn't replace the Fed. The USD dollar was never designed as a long-term store of value. It's a medium of exchange, unit of account.
Yeah. Now, the Federal Reserve, we've been talking a lot about moving money from, it's escaping me right now. The second, what do we call it? We've only said it 10,000 times. When they're to move the money, what is that banking? Oh my gosh, it's escaping me right this second. Basically, what I'm trying to go is there's been a lot of talk about Ripple is going to get rid of SWIFT. It's the SWIFT system.
Or start to slide into it.
Apparently, Brad Garlinghouse said this week that he's not looking to
replace it.
He's not looking to he's not looking to replace it. He's going to supplement that.
Supplement it, absolutely. Yeah. Which again, with quadrillions of dollars per day that are happening in the SWIFT system, if XRP just gets in 1%, we're looking at $1,000 XRP like that. And they're estimating in the next 5 years about 15%. That's a ballpark.
I heard a gentleman on a video the other day. I think I maybe even sent it to you. It was a gentleman in Japan. He has nothing to do with cryptocurrencies, but he had his expertise in what he was saying is that he can see $1,000 XRP just because of the utility of what's going to happen.
Right.
Take it with a grain of salt, but he's not a crypto guy. He's not an influencer. He's not trying to pump the stuff. This is just a gentleman that's actually in the banking world,
right? Seeing
that he can see it being very expensive.
Let's see. Gold or XRP backed USD claims online over simplicity complex monetary frameworks. Clear framing. XRP's superpower is efficient, neutral settlement, not running U.S. monetary policy. In the next 6 to 12 months, this is very important. Very, very important. If you're listening, pay attention right here. What could actually change? The institutional rails, more pilots from bank, fintechs for tokenized T-bills, repos and deposits, stablecoin expansion, corporate treasuries start using stablecoins for cash management and cross-border, interoperability, more corridors where XRP liquidity is the cheapest path, raising throughput and visibility. What it means for investors, liquidity and utility drive attention. If we're sitting near generational bottoms, the asymmetry favors early builders and educated holders.
Heavy.
That's pretty heavy stuff.
Heavy stuff.
So basically what they're saying, in very simple words, right, is that your XRP with the liquidity and by its price being raised is going to help more fluidity of the financial rails for money to move back and forth.
I completely agree with that.
So XRP, in order to be as powerful as it can be, the more the price is, the more powerful XRP is, and the amount of money it can move from country to country, bank to bank, the more it's happening, the more powerful it becomes.
Yeah.
Because it's a utility. The XRP ledger is a utility, so more powerful it becomes, the more action that's happening on the border, on the blockchain.
Yep.
That was a very simple way of understanding that. Learn the rails, not tickers. Choose one case and follow it weekly. Hands-on. Try a test transaction, small cross chains. We've done that before, testing it out. Exchanges to feel friction versus XRP.
Real quick, I just want to.
There was more stuff I had here too.
You can keep talking about it. I just want to take a break from that for a second. A lot of people that have been following crypto, this has been a rough week for people.
Yes.
A lot of people, I just really want to touch on that because we had this conversation earlier today, and
what's going on? Right.
And it's part of the business. It's just completely part of it. When you know what you hold, and it's these ISO tokens, I don't care. I don't even look. I don't care.
The point is, do not freak out when the market is down. The stock market is down. The crypto market is down. There's a lot of government that kind of controls things that happens. The Fed, our friend or not our friend, the gentleman who doesn't want to cut rates, not our friend. He's affecting the market and the conditions and everything that's going on here, right? Yeah. Powell does not want to cut the rates, and it's affecting an economic XYZ happening. The rates will come down. And when the rates come down, the market is going to go.
They're going to fly.
They're
going to fly. Why? Why are they going to fly? I asked that as a rhetorical question. I'll answer it.
The funny thing is because whenever Valley goes, why? And then Drew goes, because you cry. So that's anyway,
fun.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Fun. So why?
No, so the reason why is every single time they lower the interest rates or more printing happens, it's creating more liquidity in the market, and that inflates all assets. That's why you're going to see stocks take off. You're going to see bonds take off. You're going to see all these things. And that's one of the reasons why Donald Trump is pushing so hard to try to inflate.
It's such a crazy narrative that there's politics involved, that people do not want to see success happen, and they put the brakes on something that affects all of us here. Reality. But here's what I'm going to tell you. This is very important. Know that things are still moving in the background. And I think that sometimes that they do this on purpose so they can buy more. They drop the price so they can buy more. And it's all happening in the background, right? They could be doing this on purpose, on maybe that they want the banks to have a chance to buy more, right?
They've been doing that for the last 5 years, right? Since I've been doing it. Why do we have the lawsuit? We have the lawsuit to keep the prices down, slow it down to allow more. That's my opinion.
Yes.
It's your opinion.
And remember, this is not financial advice. This is two people talking to you about our opinions. This is not financial advice. But you need to do your research. You need to really learn of what is happening in the crypto world, digital assets. Follow great people on YouTube. We talked about it all the time. There's a lot to learn here. The crypto market is down. Stock market is down. And it's important to understand what's happening. It's all about control. But eventually what's going to happen is the market isn't going to be, the crypto market, especially with XRP, nothing's going to influence it at all because it's going to be moving so fast with so much liquidity and action happening on the chain with all the banks and all the countries. And when the stock market XRP at spot ETF comes out, you're going to open up to millions and trillions of dollars coming into the stock market, investing into the XRP spot ETF, which is going to take the XRP coin, and it is going to run at full blast with fire behind it. And that's what you need to understand.
I agree.
Between that action happening, the banks using it happening all over the world, it is something that's going to continue. No matter what is happening in the market, it's just going to continue to fly because it's being used nonstop. And the more usage is happening with it, the more value it's going to have.
And I wanted to just real quick make sure that we talk about the Fear and Greed Index. I really want to do a special podcast on Monday. Hopefully, maybe we can do it just on the Fear and Greed Index.
Let's do that.
Talking about that, but we can already see it. The Fear and Greed Index was as high as 72 and everything was flying and exciting.
What's it today?
Anywhere between 60 and 65. So it's still in the greed section, but it's cooling down a little bit, it's
cooling down because of what's happening.
Of
Right?
course.
People get nervous.
Of course.
Oh my God. The best time to buy is when it's down.
Yep.
So if you have liquid powder and you have the ability to buy, this is the time to do it. It went down to 295. I was kind of shocked. There's some questions over here. Hello, Blade. I'm sorry, I can't see the word. Bladette1234. Glad to have found your channel. Great. Thank you so much, Blade. We appreciate you very much for watching the show. We're trying to have some fun here and teach everybody new things and get everybody involved. It is so much to learn in this market. Crypto is 6.5% of the world now. We're up from 5% to 6.5% of the world. People don't know what's happening. And our job is to try and introduce you to as much information as possible that's happening, to keep it simplified, because it's sometimes hard to understand. It's another language. And we appreciate you guys being a part of our show every week, talking about it, sharing with it, liking it. If you have questions for us, let us know. I will try to respond back, especially on YouTube. It's much easier at Facebook. It's on seven different platforms, from X to LinkedIn to Facebook, Instagram, and we're on YouTube, obviously. I mean, there's so many different platforms it's on. If we're able to get in touch with you and you're able to get in touch with us and ask us questions, we appreciate you being a part of our show. It's Friday. It's the intro to crypto. And remember, Mondays and Fridays.
Before you hang up the phone and then disconnect us here,
Yes.
one more thing. Last week we talked about XDC.
Yes.
And today or this week it was just brought on now by Binance USA. So now Binance USA now actually has XDC. So you are seeing that adoption still happening, because that's a coin that's from overseas, but we have a lot of followers, a lot of lovers of XDC that I think is going to be huge. And so I just want everybody to know, Binance now, as more of these coins get brought in to exchanges, you see the prices go up. So understand that's probably one of the reasons why XDC did really, really well.
Thank you so much for joining us Friday night. Sorry to start late tonight. Catch us Monday. We'll be on the live run between 4:30 and 5:30. Michael Cristoforo, David Lamel here, signing out, and we'll see you Monday. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.